Okay, this is part 13 of the 1973 homemade motorcycle, which is actually a 1972 XLH Harley Davidson. Well, this is getting down to the wire now. It's getting close to the finish. I polished the front rim. As you can see there, I polished the front rim. I laced up the spokes, trued it all up, mounted the tire, and hooked up the brake to it, brake cable to it. So that's that. So the front end is done, front brake works, and wow, I tell you, it's worth doing. It's just a lot of polishing or hand sanding. You start, in this particular case, I had to start with like, I don't know, 100 grit, and I worked all the way up to 800 grit just to get it at this level. And it's a lot of hard work, and I didn't go crazy making, just like you can see on the front brake outer housing there, I didn't go crazy and make it mirror finish, because that's not the way they were at the when they were Harley hadn't made them. They just made them, they were polished, but they're not high-end polish. It was just, you can still see my reflection a little bit in there. But it's not high-end polish. And for me to polish it, this is my polishing machine. This is nothing more than a radial arm saw on a table saw bench, but that table saw is more of a welding bench for me than a table saw. But this is what I'm using. Anybody can do this. You can buy these old radial arm saws on Facebook Marketplace, Craigslist for as guys die off, nobody wants to do this kind of work anymore. So you can get this for like $50, if that. And there's thousands and thousands of them out there. And this is just a 5/8 arbor, and you can go to Harbor Freight, or as Derek says, Hobo Freight, and you can get these buffing wheels. You can get the Rouge. And you can polish them yourself. So that's what that is. It's just a lot of hard work, and lacing is a little difficult, but once you get the hang of it, it's not too bad. And I bought a truing stand. I think I paid $60, $65 on Facebook Marketplace for that. Some guy didn't want it anymore. So anyhow, moving on. Everything is pretty much hooked up. The throttle's hooked up, choke's hooked up, got the brake cable hooked up. Finally got the odometer trip. I did get another, you can see it there, the another generator lens. That's a clearer one, the other one's not. So it is what it is. I also hooked up the leads to the rear cable, the rear fender there. They go in. There's a 4-terminal plate behind this voltage regulator that it gets connected to. I polished the case. And I've been handling a lot, so I need to go back and just hand polish it again. It's really oily right now. I had to take that case off to do it, and so it's just got to be gone through again. Just hand polish it. Take 5-10 minutes to do. Put the foot pedal on, but got the rear brake pedal assembly on. It's all hooked up. I also installed, because I had the primary cover off, I got the clutch cable all working well, so that's pretty much all hooked up, ready to go. So really all that's left is I have to I got to get it off of the stand. I keep talking about that, you know. Why don't you just do it? Well, I'm working on it. I have to hook. I got the speedometer cable. I still have it's right there. I have to hook up. I've got the tack cable coming. It's on order. I've painted the gas tank. Right now, this is the second day that it's been drying. I like to let the paint dry for at least 4 or 5 days, so the hardener can really cure out. You know, you just don't want to immediately, once you get something on and turn around and start assembling it, because the material still can cold flow, and you'll learn the hard way. And it doesn't, you know, it needs time to bond to the primer and everything else. So it's really important that you give it some time to cure before you assemble it. So, and what needs to happen is I have the decals to go on the tank. It's just a matter of putting the decals on it, mounting the tank, installing the speedometer cable, the tack cable, and I'm sure there's some other little odds and ends, but pretty much it's all pretty much ready to go. Still I gotta find a license plate for it. Brakes hooked up in the back. Got the foot pegs on it. It just needs the tank with the decals, and then this can be the coil can be tightened up and mounted, and then we can take it off the stand. Foot pegs are on it. Everything is looking good on it. So it looks like we've got probably one more video to do on this 1973 homemade motorcycle that I'm basically just making a tribute 1971 Harley Davidson XLCH. I just like the paint scheme, as I said before. It's been totally rewired. A lot of used parts on it, you know, like the internal throttle cable. I mean, that's not new. The clutch cable is new. The brake cable came with it. It's not an original brake cable, as you can see right there. That should be a cadmium. The adjuster is not new. I just polished it up there. You can see it's fairly clean. I found the correct screws to go in there. Those are pan head screws, and there's got outside external threads, and they're fine thread. Somebody had tried to put a coarse thread in it and thinking that was going to fix it, but they're fine thread. Tires are okay. I mean, they should be more of a street tire in the front, you know, with just the grooves like the Avon speed tire, and then the back should have basically the street tread tire too. It's got a great seat on it. I didn't paint the mounts on the seat. That's totally original on that. Yeah, it's pretty good looking bike. I can't wait to get it out of here. It's getting dusty, so I can wipe it down and get the tank on there, and it's gonna be a sharp bike. You know, go online and you can see, 1971 XLCH. The tank is basically, it's got red stripes going down the middle of the tank, and it's got number one emblems on both sides. The number one emblem is my thing. That's the best logo Harley ever came up with, I think, except the older stuff. But I grew up in the Evel Knievel era, so when he was going to jump the Grand Canyon in his rocket ship motorcycle. So anyhow, we're really close on this one, and I haven't really been working on it that long. I mean, here again, it takes time to get the parts, and this was more of a challenge because there was a lot of stuff to polish out on it, and the thinking about the front wheel. But you can see what I did there to sand that front drum, and you can see over here that it came out fairly good. You can also see here, but I didn't go crazy trying to sand in here. It's just, my gosh, it would be forever. I mean, if this was a full original bike, I probably would have taken the time to try to do it. But, this is not even the correct fender for it. I made these. This fender had, they put just regular screws through it with they had the hex head chrome buttons on it, and this is actually a carriage bolt, stainless steel carriage bolt with a jam nut on the back of it, so it's really tight and correct. And then I polished the outer face of it to make it look like what it should be. That's about the correct size they were for those rivets back in the day. So here again, those little carriage bolts, stainless steel, I mean, they were like 25 cents a piece. I had to sand off the nowadays they have a little number sequence so that at the cash register they can just put in that three alpha code and get the price for it. But yeah, it needs a good polishing now because I've handled it so much, and it's been in this dust bowl because I work in here. I'm polishing stuff, and I try to cover it up the best I can when I'm in here, and so it is. It continues to be a homemade because I'm made this at home to try to bring it back looking like a regular Harley, off the showroom floor. Yeah, the exhaust pipe aren't original to it. They are Harley Davidson pipes, but it really should be the 65A pencil tips for this bike, and the chrome headers on it, and they did have shields for it. So. But these are newer pipes, so they fit. I don't know if they were off of an 883 or whatever they're off. I could look it up, but so anyhow, right now this bike doesn't have any oil in it. I've drained all the oil out of it. There was still oil in the primary case when I took the cover off, so it spewed oil all over that. And the oil tank has been washed out, but it has no oil. So this bike is totally void of any fluids in it right now. And that's the way I like to keep, we've seen it run, we know it runs, so it's not a big deal. And the wiring is exactly what the Harley Davidson manual is, so everything works as it should. But at this point, there's no reason to run it again because I know it runs. and being everything's cleaned up and functioning correctly. I mean, if you were going to put this bike on the street, I would probably just go through and just do a nut and bolt check on a lot of the stuff, but you know, I didn't go into the engine other than I polished the rocker covers. And they say out there that you can't take the rocker covers off the motorcycle without pulling the heads. That's not true. I've got 3 Harleys from 70 to the then came Bronson bike, that's a 72, and this bike, and all you have to do it is you have to take the front end mounting bolts off. There's a bolt there and there's a bolt down there. You have to take those bolts off, and then that will then to drop the engine, you need to drop the engine forward. So there's mounting bolts on the back frame. There's mounting bolts. I don't know if you can see in there. There's mounting bolts in the back frame, and you don't have to take them out. You just need to loosen them. You probably need to loosen them maybe, I don't know, 3/16 of an inch. And this one you can take out without doing anything. And it's this bolt right here that's the issue. But when you drop it forward, there's a cavity. There's a cavity up underneath here. And so when you drop this out, there's just enough room where the head of that bolt actually goes up into that cavity, and you have just enough room to get that box off. So you do not have to pull the heads to get into that, to get those rocker boxes off, to polish them up. And the rocker boxes, they're just fixed in a little shaft. You just go, clean them all up inside, and then you can work on them to polish them up, and then to put them back on, you just put them back on. You have to remove, you have to remove your push rods, but the push rods on this particular bike, the lifters are solid lifters, so it's not like a hydraulic lifter. So on a lifter, it's actually and there's YouTube channels up there, the guys that tell you how to adjust them, and it's really simple. You just do the downward stroke, so the exhaust stroke, the exhaust valve is all the way down to where you adjust it just so that it spins. It should spin generously. The push rod should spin generously, but it should not move up and down. There should be enough play to spin it easily, but it won't move up and down. At that point, you lock it in, you're done, you go to the next one, and you do the same process. It's not very difficult to do. There's guys out there on YouTube, there's quite a few of them out there that can explain it and show you in detail how to do that. So, and then that brings the bike, and then you've got the valves adjusted because you've gone in there and made sure that they're correct. And you do it cold because, well, you've got the bike all apart, so you do it cold. So anyway, that's how you would polish up the rocker boxes. The rest of the cam cover, it can come off. I just don't like going in there. You can actually polish the cam cover without taking it all apart. The back cover that's hiding the drive sprocket in the back, that comes off. You can take that off, polish it, and then of course the primary cover, you can take that off. You can take that off and easily polish it up. I put a new gasket on that. I tried to clean up the inspection hole for the oil fill and also for the clutch adjustment. So all that stuff's pretty easy to do. If you have a shop manual, is good, but there's a lot of guys on YouTube that'll go through it step by step to show you how to do some of these things. So at least you have somebody out there in our world that can explain stuff to how to create one of these bikes. And there's guys out there that'll tell you how to show you how to paint it. I'm a rattle can paint guy, so I paint everything with a rattle can. I like the 2K products that this one company has. It's a two-part where you push the bottom of the can to release the hardener in with the paint, so that it actually cures like a regular two-part material, which it is. It's a two-part material, and it does, if you just have to be careful with it. It dries quick, and so you just have to be careful so that you can get a good shine to it. Your first coat should be not too heavy, and the second coat is you want a good wet coat so it brings out the gloss. So anyhow, I guess I've talked to you guys too much about this. So the next video, I think we'll wrap this bike up. It's a great little bike. It's pretty much, I've gone through, all of the bike except for the engine. The engine seems to run really well. It doesn't smoke. Doesn't make a lot of noise, and I sold the carburetor off of this thing. I got almost $380 for the carburetor, and so $380 that basically painted for the decals, the paint I used, and a lot of the parts. The shocks, they were $30. I mean, so I've, for probably $600-700 on this particular bike, and I paid, I didn't pay a lot for this bike, and this is what I get, So it's not like I can't turn around and sell it, because I can easily double my money, but that's not the reason why I'm doing it. I'm not doing it to flip these things. I'm doing this because I enjoy looking at these bikes as they came off the production line or in the dealership, and this is kind of the way this bike would have looked, brand new from Harley Davidson. Even though I've seen bikes on the Harley Davidson floor room, in their showroom, where this got dents in the tank, paint chips on stuff, from either assembly and shipment, and it is what it is. They don't do anything to take care of it. So anyhow, I hope you enjoy this. This is my thing, and if you like what I'm doing, subscribe. Give a like out. It helps the channel. I'm not going to be any kind of major superstar on YouTube, but I'm one of these guys out there just trying to help save some of the originality of these bikes and bring them back so that people can enjoy them and see, gee, this is a 1971, 72 bike. It's just an amazing feature from where they started from and where they are now. I think this bike in 72 or 71, I believe they were going for like $2,200 or $2,400 brand new. So anyhow, I want to thank you for watching. Here again, this is a 1973 Harley Davidson homemade motorcycle. It's not a Harley. I said that it's a 1973 homemade motorcycle, which is on the title, and I made it. It is a 1972 Harley Davidson. It's a 72 engine and it's a 72 frame, but I've kind of decked it out to be a 1971 XLCH, which has the Sparkling America paint on it. It's an awesome bike, and I want to thank you for watching. So take care and be safe. Thank you. Bye.